The Renault Megane is a family car with sharp looks that's comfortable and easy to drive. It's just that alternatives have more intuitive infotainment systems. This version of the Renault Megane first came on sale in 2016 but received a range of updates in 2018, including improvements to the infotainment system and more space for passengers. The Megane is similar in size to the Hyundai i30, Kia Ceed and Ford Focus, but also shares a lot of parts with the Renault Kadjar SUV. The Renault Megane's interior looks simpler than in most alternatives, so most of the buttons are easy to locate. High-spec models also get a portrait-style infotainment system, similar to what you'd find in more expensive Volvo cars. The rest of the cabin is well put together and has some silver accents to break up the otherwise all-black color scheme. Getting a good driving position is easy even in the entry-level Renault Megane because they get height-adjustable front seats as standard. You can also set the seat nice and low for a sporty feel, and front seat passenger space is good. Accessing the rear seats is easy thanks to wide opening doors, and you can fit 2 adults without much hassle. 3 would be a push, because the middle rear seat is narrower than the outer 2. In terms of practicality, the Renault Megane's boot is just about big enough for a week's holiday worth of luggage, and the opening is wide enough so you won't have problems loading bulky items. However, some alternatives, such as the Kia Ceed, have a lower load lip, making them even more practical. Good stuff, properly premium cabin, real sense that learnings from Zoe sales have been deployed. Bad stuff, slightly cramped rear seats, lack of steering feel. There are 2 engines to choose from in the Renault Megane range, so picking the right one is easy. The 140 bhp petrol is hushed on the move and feels best darting around city streets. The 115 bhp diesel is perfect for longer motorway journeys where it settles nicely into a cruise and uses very little fuel. Driving the Renault Megane feels best on the motorway. Once up to speed there's little wind noise and the Megane absorbs bumps very well. That isn't to say it's not good around town. The quick steering helps you dart in and out of traffic with confidence, however the manual gear shift is notchy and not that pleasurable to use. No matter if you drive in town or on the motorway, the Renault Megane is a safe car. Essentials such as airbags, advanced stability control and hill hold assist are standard equipment. Mid-range models also get lane departure warning, traffic sign recognition and automatic high-low beams as standard. The Renault Megane has a RRP range of £17,340 to £31,990. However, on CarWow prices for a new Renault Megane start at £24,717 if paying cash. The price of a used Renault Megane on CarWow starts at £8,990. Smaller storage areas are abundant, so the door bins are big enough for a litre bottle of water. There are numerous cup holders and a variety of other cubbies to hide small valuables. Boot space has dropped by 19 litres compared to the old Renault Megane 5-door, but a capacity of 384 litres means it's just slightly bigger of Volkswagen Golfs. It has various tie-down hooks for securing your luggage, or your curry, but the high boot lip will make it harder to load heavy items. Rear seats down, the Renault Megane has a total capacity of 1,247 litres. GT models get 4-control 4-wheel steer that's designed to make the car feel maneuverable in town, and very stable at motorway speeds. Drive slowly and the rear wheels steer in the opposite direction to the fronts, for a tighter turning circle. At a faster pace the operation is reversed, improving agility through corners, helped by the GT's stiffer suspension. It can be turned off via the Renault Megane's multi-sense drive system, which has eco, comfort and sport modes that in turn adjust the engine noise, throttle response and steering weight. GTs get an EDC, twin-clutch, gearbox as standard. It drops down multiple gears at once and has steering wheel-mounted paddles that let you change gear without taking your hands off the wheel. Basic versions do without the rear wheel steer, feeling more natural to drive as a result. The weighty steering is accurate and the smooth ride makes for a comfortable cruiser at motorway speeds, where just a little wind noise disturbs passengers. The 6-speed manual gearbox is slick, once you get used to the somewhat snatchy clutch, and a 6 or 7-speed twin-clutch auto is optional depending on model. The interior of the Megane is hugely improved, compared to the old model, but can't quite match some alternatives for build quality or clever practical features. The interior of the Renault Megane is a good place to spend time in even if it can't match the VW Golf for build quality and the Kia Ceed for infotainment. The plastics on the doors and dashboard feel nice and soft, not brittle and hard, but there are a few scratchy plastics down by the gear lever. That's not particularly uncommon in small hatchbacks, however. What's pretty unique in the Renault Megane is the arrangement of the dashboard. Instead of your usual landscape touchscreen in the middle of the dash, high-spec models get a portrait touchscreen infotainment system that's similar to the ones in more expensive cars, such as the Volvo V60. High-spec cars also get unique leather and cloth upholstery, some extra chrome trim inserts and door sill plates with GT line lettering. More basic models have to make do with an altogether too dark interior and cloth seats. Every Renault Megane comes with a touchscreen infotainment system. Entry-level and mid-range cars getting a 7.0-inch landscape touchscreen. You don't get sat-nav on the most basic model, but there's still Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Mid-range Megane models get TomTom-based sat-nav with live traffic alerts. If you want the cool-looking portrait-orientated touchscreen infotainment system, you need to go for the top-spec Renault Megane GT line. The 8.7-inch touchscreen system can follow swipe and pinch finger gestures, but it's not as intuitive to browse the menus as it is in a Kia Ceed. Visual routes and directions are easy to follow, and real-world voice commands, such as turn right at the next petrol station, are a big help when you're navigating through unfamiliar territory. The spoken directions feel a lot more human than in most other cars. Dear friends, thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. Love you.